Blocking is a way to go from this to this. So a way of making your square nice and flat and your edges straight. There are different ways of blocking, and in this video I'd like to show you one of them. I'll be showing you one of two ways of blocking. In this video I'll be showing you how to do spray blocking. So what do you need to spray block? You need pins. I've got here Knit Pro T-pins. So these pins I'll be using for pinning up the square. And of course you'll also need, I've got just a regular plant spray, and in here I've got a mixture of water and a little bit of Eucalyptus. This is a soapy, this is basically a soap that you can leave in, so you don't have to wash anything out. This is very soft washing, especially for wool. This is actually ideal, and it smells lovely too. So a little bit of this, just a milliliter or two, and I fill that into the plant spray. And this is just a very regular plant spray you can buy anyway. So that's what I've got in here. You can hear it inside. And then of course you also need a mat that you are going to block on. So what I have here is a foam board, and this is actually one that I've literally pulled this out of a dumpster. So you don't always have to be very expensive stuff. So this is foam that's used for packaging basically, and it's nice and thick, because what we're going to be doing is going to be pinning our square onto this board. So what I'm going to do, got the square, got the T-pins. Let me just open that up, make life easy for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be pinning this square down. And what you do is you want to pin this in exactly the shape that you want it. You see I'm slightly stretching here because I want this edge straight. And also here in the middle, give it just a little bit of support. See I'm pinning that square down, and then also on this side, and in this case this it has a treble here that I really want to be nice and straight. You can draw lines, for example. You see I've drawn a line here in the past. On these foam boards, if you want something that has, if you're making a lot of them that you want to have the same size, for example, it can make life easy for you and just draw, just with a permanent marker, draw lines on these foam boards. You'll also have foam boards available that have already lines drawn on them. There are several brands that offer foam boards for blocking. So now I've got the square exactly in the shape that I wanted. So take the plant spray, and I'm going to spray a mixture of water and eucalyptus and spraying on here. And after spraying, I always just kind of just move it a little bit, just bring it exactly into shape, because once it's wet it's easier to actually just move that last little bit, because it'll stretch just a little bit easier than when it's dry, and you can get the shape exactly right. So I first do a dry stretch just to get that first initial shape, and then when it's wet I do the final shape. And don't soak this, it's just a spray. If you want to soak it, you can better do what we call a wet block, and that's a different method. This is the essence of spray blocking, and at this point leave it to dry, and that's it. So you've got the foam board, pin your, in this case a square, but it could also be a circle or a flower, could be anything that you're making. Pin it on the board, spray with a mixture of water and eucalyptus, and then use your T-pins to exactly shape it, and once dry it's finished. When dry it will have it will also keep its shape, because what happens with the water and the eucalyptus, it helps the yarn fibers to set. So when you remove the pins when they're dry, it will keep its shape, and it'll also be nicer when you, for example, have many squares that you're connecting to one another, is that you'll get a nicely finished end result. that's it for spray blocking. I hope it's a useful video for you, and I hope to see you again on another video.